This is a column I wrote from the second best of Stan Levco. I'm going to have this one and the best of Stan Levco for sale afterwards. If you either have one or you can't afford both, if you have to buy one, I would recommend buying this one because it's a lot better than the first one. This is, call this one Running the Race of Life and Winning. Woody Allen once supposedly said, 90% of life is just showing up. When I began writing this article, I researched the quote, and apparently what he actually said, 80% of success in life is showing up. No matter. Whether he said 90 or 80, it's a distinction without much of a difference. His point essentially remains the same. I believe a large percentage of success in life is having the ability to know when to keep quiet and resist the temptation to call a meaningless mistake to someone's attention. It's an ability I've yet to completely master, but I digress, an ability that I have mastered. Whether it's 90 or 80, Woody could have been talking about me and how I've fared as a runner over the years. I began running after college, inspired by Jim Fixx's complete book of running. For those of you not familiar with Fixx, he's the running expert who had a heart attack and died while out on a routine run. Soon I was entering road races, at that time a relatively new phenomenon. Phenomenon is not a word anyone ever used to describe me and my running ability. I participated and I finished, but I generally finished in the middle or the back of the pack, which was fine with me. I continued to run over the years, but something unusual happened after I turned 50. Sometimes I'd win a trophy in my age group, a third here, a second there, and for the race was sparsely attended, even occasional first. Had I suddenly become faster? Au contraire. I continued to get slower, but the faster runners in my age group started dropping like flies. Some through injuries, some questioned the wisdom of continuing to run, or some, like Jim Fixx, actually acquired the ultimate excuse for not running anymore. Instead of competing against dozens of others in my age group, my competition had now numbered in the single digits. As the years have gone by and I've continued to get slower and older, the frequency of my placing in the top 3 has increased. This summer, having advanced to the I can't believe you're still running good for you age group, more commonly known as over 65, I've actually finished first 2 times with at least 1 second and a third. I attribute this to hard work, my tenacious competitiveness, and the fact there are usually 3 or fewer runners in my age group. I ran a race earlier this month. There were over 600 runners, 15 of whom were older than I. That put me in the top 3% of old people in the race. Before the race, a guy asked me about applying for Medicare. That's how it is these days at races. I have conversations about retirement benefits and who of our decreasing kind will be the next to literally or figuratively fall by the wayside. I ran a decent race for me, but I didn't win a trophy this time, primarily because there were more than 3 in my age group. But I'm not discouraged. I know eventually there's another first place trophy in my future, as long as I continue to run, train hard, do my best, and keep showing up.